Hello Gunpla fans, this is Joe of Joe's Gunpla here with another video, and today I will be unboxing the Master Grade Gundam Epyon EW version. Now this box here is a little different from anything that you might get now if you were to order this kit. This was part of the first release, first run of the kit being released, and you can tell that by this emblem up here. And this says that it comes with a pamphlet with some information about Frozen Teardrop, which is a novelization story that takes place after Endless Waltz. I think it's about 10-15 years or something like that after Endless Waltz. Now, I was hoping when I got this would be a sticker that I could remove because it, interrupts the box art a little bit. But it's not. It's printed on there, just like the rest of the picture. So, that's how I know that I have a first edition Master Grade Epyon. Okay. The side of the box has, of course, your standard front and back photos, the transformation, and the wing gimmicks. They open up, you pull out this bottom section, everything kind of just pops out. And here it explains that the feet have jaws in them, unlike the TV version, and that you can pull the legs out a little bit, and that unhinges everything so they kind of have like a neck. Okay, we've also got the weapons. Everyone knows that Epyon, well, for those of you who don't know, Epyon has only melee weapons, so no guns of any kind, no long range. The Heat Whip, which is extremely articulate, but can also everything pushes into the next segment to tighten it up so it can remain stiff. And then there's a picture of the shield with the Heat Whip and the power cable that connects to the rather large beam saber. Showing off the markings, the cockpit, and the pilot figure. And the name of the kit, of course. Okay. And this side of the box has a very nice action pose of the Epyon on an action base. And then there's a little bit of background information about the mobile suit. You actually learn in, let's see, this would be Glory of Losers. You actually learn that Treize has been planning the Epyon for quite some time, before it even shows up in the same. Well, I think it's supposed to show up in about the same time as in the TV series, but he's had the plans for them for quite some time. And then, of course, information on the Frozen Teardrop story. And nothing on the bottom. Get everything situated here. First bag of runners has, try and get some better lighting. There we go. The two pilot figures here, and the remainder of the white for the kit. This is a dark purple gray, similar to what you find on Master Grade Death Scythe Hell Custom. Clear parts, feet, head, chest. Lots of markings. Those are going to be a pain in the butt, but I will inevitably end up doing them. Okay, can't really see from that side. Let me try and move the markings out of the way. There we go. And the yellow. I think that's for the top of the feet. The claws for the arms. Vents, etc. Okay. Now it's showing up a little darker on camera than it is in person, but it's like a nice wine red, like a maroon. Various armor parts. Very thick cable for the beam saber. This is more armor parts for the feet. Looks like it's actually just a half runner of the previous one that I showed you. And then PC 205. I don't think I've ever seen this particular set of polycaps, so it's probably exclusive to the Epyon. I'm betting that these here are for the wings. Slide them up and down on the backpack. And here we've got it's a dark blue. It's slightly purple. I don't know how well this is showing up on camera, but it's got parts for the heat whip up here for the wings. More heat whip here. And then on the other side, large parts for the wings. For the shoulder armor here. And that's all cut out to allow for the under detail to come through. More of the dark blue. So that's for the beam saber. It's massive. They have these wine red polycaps similar to the armor color, and that's going to be for the heat rod. Large part for the shield, the end of the tail, chest armor, skirt armor. My cat is trying to climb up on my workstation, so we might have a visit here pretty soon. Here's the inner frame. I'm probably going to be painting this a completely different color. I've done basically primer gray for all of the wing kits so far, but I think this is going to be oil rubbed bronze by Krylon, and a very large effect part for the beam saber. And hopefully I won't have any more problems with parts breaking. Even more inner frame parts. These two are identical, I think. Yes. Lots of large chunks for the leg armor, or the inner frame. And of the wing kits so far, besides obviously Wing Gundam for Ka and Wing Zero Custom, which were made well before the rest of the wing kits, this is just another. Yeah, this is a repeat bag as well. For the other wing and shoulder and such. More of the heat whip. But the inner frame for the Epyon is almost completely different than the rest of the EW series. So that's going to be a welcome change. And this here is the special pamphlet for Frozen Teardrop that came with this edition of Epyon. And honestly, I'm not sure of the whole storyline. I know it's set in the future. Duo has a kid. I think Hiroyui was frozen for something. And there's some sort of rebellion on the Mars colony. If you'll remember at the end of Endless Waltz, Noin and Zex were going to the terraforming project on Mars. And apparently there's some sort of rebellion going on there. So I don't know if this is actually Catra, or if this is like his daughter or something, because this looks a little more feminine than Catra did. Granted, he looked rather feminine in the anime series, but and I don't think he wore glasses ever, so I don't know if that's him or not. So, inside of this is a lot of really nice artwork. I can't read Japanese. I'm trying to learn Japanese, but I'm still just on the spoken word. Haven't really gotten much into the writing. Just really cool artwork. And then we get into an actual excerpt from the novel. The first volume, anyway. And that goes on for a couple pages. Yeah, here we go. That's definitely not Catra. Definitely a female. So. And then everyone has seen this picture, I'm sure, of the Gundams disguised with massive cloaks wandering in the desert. I don't remember the names that they were given, but that's where that image comes from. They've got different information about writing staff and designers and such. Nice picture of Hiroyui and Relina. I don't know what Sagittarius is, but there's a picture underneath of that. Looks like there's a couple of Leos, and that might be a factory or something. The cold sleep machine. I'm assuming that's what Hiro was asleep in. Oh, there we go. Snow White and Warlock are the names of the two Gundams that were wandering the desert. Then they give a brief timeline of major events, along with some more information down here at the bottom. I believe that is a young Treize and Zex Marquise, and a young Noin and Zex again. And what have we got here? This would be Hiro and his assassin master person. I guess his guardian, rather, taking care of him earlier on. Just lots of information that I don't quite understand, because I can't read Japanese. And there's the rest of the timeline up here. Starts at 189 and goes through. Let's see. I guess at a certain point they switched to a different calendar system because it says MC 0022. So that might be Mars colony. I don't know. Very large splash page with all of the Gundams from Endless Waltz. Well, the Glory of Losers manga. And then the back, which is all about Epyon and how he's going to show up later on and kick some ass. Alright, so that was long, but it was a bonus that I felt I wanted to go over with you guys. Next is the manual. And it's pretty standard manual. Nice artwork on the front. Mobile Suit's name, yada yada, Master Grade logo. Made in 2011 in Japan. Various information on the series that it comes from, and the Mobile Suit. A bit of storyline. And they're actually showing the TV version of Epyon and Wing Zero here at the bottom. Assembly guide, listing off the different sections of the Mobile Suit, how to apply dry transfers, how to properly clip and trim your parts, the layout for all of the runners, what to do if you lose a part, break a part, whatever, for Japan only. Curse you, Bandai. You can order parts if you live in Japan, or if you need to, through GentaiKits.com. They helped me. Different symbols explaining each part of the assembly process. And we go through with the body, the head and arms. Move on to the legs. Then the art splash page. We've got a nice shot of Epyon versus Wing Zero custom. Epyon versus Death Scythe Hell custom. You remember that towards the end of the series when Duo faced him against, I think he had some mobile dolls with him too. Maybe I'll recreate that scene if Henry ever decides to sell recasts of his Virgo and Virgo 2. Information on Gundam Wing, published in Gundam Ace. Information about the kit. Some nice shots that we saw on the outside of the box already. Bit of information about the heat whip. Back onto construction, we've got the waist, the wing unit, or the backpack, more backpack, more backpack, beam, sword, and shield, final assembly, and the transformation. And that's the final transformation steps right there. And then all those markings and decals, gotta give them a home. And the painting guide. Alright, so 20 minutes for an unboxing. I apologize, that's kind of excessive. But there's a lot to go over in this kit. There's a lot this kit has to offer. And I wanted to make sure that I went over that bonus material, because not everyone is going to see that, especially if you're just now ordering an Epyon. You won't be getting it, unless the store you order from got their first shipment in long ago and didn't sell out. So, I thought it would be important to share that bonus information with you guys. Alright. That does it for this unboxing video. I've been Joe of Joe's Gunpla. You've been a great audience. And until next time, happy building.